Sports app. Lions-Titans is featured in Sunday's contest. Colin, give us your winner and final score.
Who is it? Lions who?
Lions-Titans.
Titans 30. Titans are such an odd team. This is a pretty good matchup for them. Titans 32, Lions 26. I don't even know what that's Titans are a hard team for me to bet. I bet I think Cleveland matches up so well with the Titans. They're going to, if the playoffs started today, Cleveland would face the Titans again, and I would like Cleveland again today. If the playoffs started today, the Rams would play the Buccaneers again, and the Rams would beat the Buccaneers. There are times where I think, for instance, New Orleans plays Kansas City, and in Kansas City probably wins this weekend because of Taysom Hill playing, not Drew Brees. But if they met again, big advantage New Orleans, which has already gotten a look at the offense from Andy Reid, and then they got to unveil the Drew Brees offense to Kansas City. So there have been times where I think that first win over a team is a big disadvantage, but I think the Rams match up really well with Tampa because you can put Jalen Ramsey on Mike Evans and really end that top wide receiving threat. And the strength of the Bucs is their wide receiving core, and the strength of the Rams is their secondary. So it's strength on strength, good matchup. But I think Cleveland just matches up really well. No pass rush. Baker's going to have time to throw. Baker is like a lot of young quarterbacks, Goff being one. When they're comfortable, watch out.
Yeah.
Discomfort, they go into the weeds. They come off the rails really fast. By the way, Bruce Arians was talking about Tom Brady. You know, Arians has taken a couple shots. Brady tends to be very political. He doesn't fire back. Arians talking about Tom last week and Tom Brady in general.
I don't know why anybody's criticizing Tom. I mean, what he did at the end of the half and to start the second half is very, very few teams can score 17 points in a matter of 5 or 6 minutes. No matter if we don't make a first down on this first 2 third downs, I don't care if we finish the half with 17 points. I don't get how we start. So I mean, yeah, he's not getting enough credit for what he's doing.
So I can't compare Tom Brady at 43 to Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen in their early 20s. But I can compare Tom Brady at 43 to Tom Brady at 42. So let's go to last year. Everybody moves to Florida for 2 reasons, taxes and to extend your life. Tom moved there for taxes and to extend his Super Bowl window, which, by the way, he wouldn't be in New England. He is absolutely in now. So just go look at last year's stats. So last year, Brady completed 60% of his throws. This year, significantly higher, 64. He's having a much better year as he ages. Remember, you're supposed to get worse at 43. So passer rating. Last year, Tommy's passer rating was 88 for the New England Patriots. This year, Brady's passer rating is 96. So again, as he's aged, significantly better. Passing yards per game, up 20 yards. Passer rating higher. Touchdowns, 6 more already, 3 games left. He's also been sacked less as a Buccaneer than as a Patriot. So, I mean, so completion percentage, passing touchdowns, yards per game, passer rating, passing yards per attempt, and sacks. So again, 43-year-old Brady is much better than 42-year-old Brady, and that's why I left. That's exactly why I left. I still want to be in the Super Bowl window, check, and I want to be better because at this point I need more help. Check, check. Now, again, this is not Josh Allen. It's not Mahomes. It's not Rodgers. At this point in his career, he's not LeBron. He's not like not declining. There is a little lack of the ability to throw a deep ball. He's never been super athletic. He's less so now. But compared to Tom last year, this is why I left. It's really for Tom. Maybe our perceptions of it are not as grand, but for Tom, it's been an absolute home run.
I think it just doesn't look like Tom Brady. And it's because it's the Bucs and it's not the Patriots. Like we're used to it being death by a million cuts. We're used to it being very buttoned up and it's a little more loose. It's just a different looking team and we're associating Tom Brady with that. Okay, so let's say this was LeBron in 2 years and you were starting to see a decline.
And all of a sudden, Mike D'Antoni was his coach, who's very much about shooting threes and guards. And you would watch LeBron, and he would still be averaging 24 of 25 points. But the offense was really geared solely to shoot threes. And LeBron's game is much greater than that. So it would be like looking at LeBron and going, it doesn't look right. But if you looked at the numbers, you'd be like, oh, my God, he's better than he was the year before. He's scoring more points. Yeah, this system is not built for Tom.
It's a different aesthetic.
It was built for Carson Palmer at 28. Big arm, shots downfield, little more athletic, can sit in the pocket, bigger guy can take hits. It's not built for Tom. But if you're asking, did you hear his comment this week? Do we have the comment, him talking about Binghamton, New York just got 40 inches of snow yesterday, not joking. Brady talking about, and this has to be considered, his wife's happier, he's happier with the weather in Tampa.
It's amazing, just to be at this point in the season and then to still be outside practicing today turned into a beautiful day. And I know we have a warm one coming up on Sunday. But I've loved just being outside every day. And I think being a native Floridian, I was a native Californian for a long time in my life and went away from it for about 25 years. And you won't catch me dead living in the Northeast.
I know what he's feeling. I put up with 10 years of it. And by the way, the people are wonderful. They're hardy. They're tougher in the Northeast than me. I totally get it. But, man, it's not – when you grow up in warm weather, you can handle the cold. It's when you grow up in warmer weather, you go to the cold, move back to the warm, you will never move back. 40 inches in Binghamton. Think about this. The Rocky Mountains don't get 40. I go to Utah a lot to ski. We're getting like 3 inches a day. 40 inches, on, not even in a mountain range.
I am not built for that. I'm
not either. But I was fine when I was in it.
Yeah, no, I grew up in it.
I was fine. I like Connecticut. It was fun. Prep schools, and it was just, it's Hogwarts.
It's not so much the snow. It looks pretty now.
It just looks pretty from a distance.
Posting pictures. It's pretty.
Yeah. mdrivestart.com. A scoop every morning. A supplement every morning. mdrivestart.com. Refine your prime with M.
His career.
Well, Bill, there's not many guys that have won 3, so that would definitely mean a lot. I feel like I've been in the conversation a number of years outside of the 2 that I've won. We're talking about in 12 when AP went nuts against us in the last game of the year. I had a pretty good year that year. Obviously in 16 we made our run and led the league in passing touchdowns. Didn't really get a sniff for some reason that year, but I definitely felt like I was in the conversation. It's nice to be back in the conversation.
I'm not going to talk about that.
If you enjoy sarcasm, Aaron Rodgers' answers are just
I'm not
ticklish. I love it. I love it. Him and Mike Tomlin are 2 of my favorite sound bites. They're just great. So Fox Bet has Patrick Mahomes at minus 225 to win the MVP. Aaron Rodgers plus 150. Josh Allen plus 2,200.
By the way, he's my second choice today.
Josh Allen?
Rodgers, Josh Allen, Mahomes.
Well, the Packers' remaining schedules, Panthers, Titans, and Bears, so he can put up some pretty tremendous numbers in those 3 games.
Yeah.
The Chiefs' remaining schedules at the Saints, Falcons, and Chargers. I don't know. I think Mahomes is going to get it. I do think that Aaron Rodgers deserves it this year.
Yes, I think he's absolutely more valuable.
That's the point. And it's no knock on Mahomes. Obviously, Mahomes is having an MVP season, so it wouldn't be a shock or it wouldn't be a diss to Aaron Rodgers if he did win it. I just think that Mahomes. I think that if Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing, the Packers would lose every game with him not out there. I think the Chiefs could hold on for a game or 2.
Yeah, I mean Andy Reid.
And maybe that's not the measurement of what an MVP is, but
Andy Reid would coach them to 7 wins with a backup. I really believe that. That's how much. Now, you go from 7 to 12 to 13.
Of course.
But, yeah, Joy with the news.
Well, that's the